In the session 15 video collection and loop stage, I shown you how to take data from collection and then perform calculation here. If you see here, we have this collection stage and we have added 5 initial values for the number 1 and number 2 and in the calculation, and we are performing calculation. If we'll run this from here, reset and run this, it will take data from here and it will perform addition, subtraction, divide, add as per the calculation, right? So here you can see, now here we have the updated data in the current values with the result value, right? But if you have the data in Excel and you want to take data directly from Excel one by one and you want to perform calculation based on this Excel data, then what we have to do? First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this initial value because I don't want to pass initial value, I want to take value from Excel. So in this video we'll discuss about how to read Excel data and write to collection. Now to work with the Excel you need Excel VBO and we already have that. Now if you want to use those actions which is used in the MS Excel VBO, you need to use action stage. Action stage is used to call actions which is written in the business objects. Now, so we are going to read data from Excel and write to collection. So first think here, we need to read data from Excel. First we have to open Excel and then we have to store this data into the collection. So first let me take here start and delete this. Now first action we will take for create instance, and this instance for Excel, because we are going to create one instance of Excel. If we will not create one instance, there will be no issue, but if we are working on Excel, then the best practice you need to follow that always take a create instance so that it will create a new instance, and only that stage you will work on only that specific handle, or you can say on the specific instance. Click on business object and we are going to work with MS Excel VBO because we need to work with Excel. So we'll take here and you can see currently we have two objects VBO, that is MS Excel VBO and object notepad. Why we are getting only two here in the VBO? I can show you. Let me first select that and press OK. And if you go to the Blue Prism, here you can see in the objects currently we have two VBOs, one that is MS Excel VBO and second that we created a simple object. If you need to work with other, you need to import those VBO here. So first we'll create instance. So to create instance of that Excel, you need to select that Excel business object and then from action you need to select create instance. Now create instance, it is asking for inputs and outputs, and you can give the name of this handle if you want to put a specific name, or you can directly click on this. So it will create one data item with the name of same as this name, handle. So we just need this thing, only handle. So just take this data item here. Now we have created the instance. Now this instance, this handle will be used further. So as I told you that first create instance, it means open one application, Excel application, and then open workbook. So we will take one more action and this action for open workbook. So this time I'm not going to write here directly, this name will be updated automatically. First you need to select Excel again because we need to open workbook, and then here we need to select open workbook. Now you can see it is asking for handle and then file name. So handle that we have created here, we will take that handle from this, we'll take this handle, we already have this data item, and the file name will be your Excel workbook file name with the complete path. So you can press shift and right click on copy as path, and here paste here the complete path of this Excel workbook which you need to read. Now in the output we have workbook name, so click on this, so it will create a data item for this workbook name, and this workbook name, it will give us the name of the workbook. So what is the workbook name? Workbook name is book1.xlsx. So it will give us the book name here. Now click OK, and you can see here now it has the by default name, that is your object name and then your action name. You can delete this and you can take only open workbook, and this is the data item. Now after opening this workbook, we need to read this Excel data and write to collection. So write the data to the collection, we have one more action, that is you can just select Excel and you can find out here you can see we have get worksheet as collection. It means it will read the specific worksheet data and then it will store in a collection. So we have this one. Now here we need to pass in the inputs. First it is asking for the handle, so you will take the same handle that we created here. Now in the workbook name we'll take the same thing that we used here in the open workbook. So whatever workbook will be passed there, the same workbook will be used here also. So we'll take workbook name. Now here we have worksheet name. So worksheet name will be this your sheet name. We'll take this and in the double quotation we'll pass this because this is text. Now leave this one, go to outputs, and here we have a data, and data name is data but data type is collection. You can see we already have the collection, so instead of creating that we will go here and you can find this, we have this collection. So take this, store here, okay, and now press OK. So here you can see again name has been changed by default. Just remove from here and just take only get worksheet as a name. Just take this one here, take here, just decorate this one and link this. I will show you some tips also here. Now you can see we have created instance, we are opening workbook and then we are storing that worksheet data in the collection. So once our execution step will come here, it will store the data which is written in the Excel, it will write here. So by using these three actions we can read workbook data and we can write to the collection. Now you can see, refresh this and click a step over. So it will first create instance, and if you will go a step into, and you can see it will open the specific object, that is MS Excel VBO, and then it will go to that specific action. You can see now we have create instance and it will create the instance, it will set in event enables everything. Now let me just step out so that it can complete everything here, and you can see now we have received handle 1, and here you can see just go to task manager details, and you can see now here we have now two instances. It means first handle that we have created and second that I already have opened this one. In the process also now you can see we have two Excel. Here in this Excel that I have opened, this one is that, and this is the especially that we have created using our create instance. So we can first close this one, and you can see now this has been closed, and now click on step over, and here you can see we have this workbook name, that is book1.xlsx. Now click on again step over, so it will complete this one. Now here you can see we have now 10 records in the current values, because we have taken value from this Excel directly. Now just run this one so that we can complete this fast, and you can see it will take one by one data. It will complete, add, subtract, divide, multiply, everything. And here you can see we have 9 of 10 and 10 of 10, all the 10 records completed. And you can see here we have the result also in our collection. Now one more thing I can show you here. Let me reset this, and in the collection here we have a fields that we have already defined this, that we are going to take 4 values. We are going to read only 4 columns. So one, that is number 1, number 2, calculation, and the results. In the number 1 we are passing that we are going to store number. In the number 2 column we are passing number. In the calculation we are passing text, and in the result we are passing number. But here you can see in the Excel, here it is stored in the text. Why I am saying here? Because if I'll delete this part, if I'll clear this, so here you can see now we have removed the initial value, right? But we are passing the initial field names. We are passing the field names here. But if I'll clear this and click OK, now you can see we don't have any default value for this collection. We don't have the column names also, we don't have the initial value also. Now I want to take data from Excel and I want to generate this column name also, this fields also, and the value also. Now you see here what will happen while performing this calculation. You can see here, just step over, step over, step over, step over. You can see here now we have 10 records here, you can see, but you can see here in the fields we don't have any value because we have not initialized this value here. We have the value that is runtime value, and you can see number 1, but the type is text, number 2 type is text, calculation and result type is text. So Blue Prism has stored all the Excel data into this collection in the text. But what will happen if we are going to process this calculation, it means addition and subtraction, what will happen? It will throw an error. Why? Because if you double click on addition and it will take data number 1 plus number 2, so it will throw an error because we cannot add text here. If I will just click a step over and a step into one by one, and you can see it is going to add. Now click step into, and here you can see we are getting this error because failed to evaluate expression, collection number 1 plus collection number 2 can't add to text. It means we cannot add these text value because here we have a text value 2 plus 8, there will be error. Now if you want to add these data, if you want to add 2 plus 8 and you want here 10, what you have to do, you have to first convert these value to number. So you have to always take care of this while using these VBO, Excel VBO, and you are getting the collection data from the Excel and you are storing in a collection, but you don't have the fields, you have not defined this field type, then you will be facing an error. So better if you know that your Excel has 4 columns or 5 columns, so you can directly go and decide here. You can click on add and you can define that one column name, that is number 1, and that will be the number. Number 2 type will be number, right? If you will not define this, you will get one error. Now I can show you here how to fix this type of issue. If you are not defining this value and on runtime you are storing, you are taking the value from Excel and then you are going to perform calculation. So here you have to click on add, and now you have to convert this text data to number. And in Blue Prism, how to convert? In Blue Prism, to convert text to number, you have to use to number, this one, and then open close bracket like this. So this to number logic, this is the conversion function. You can also find from here we have to number, so it will convert this text to number. Again here we can write to number and click OK. Now reset this and just go one by one again. So here we have 10 records. Now click on step into, so that I can show you, because I have just changed in the addition, not in the subtraction step, and you can see it is going to perform calculation. It has completed this part and it will go to the next data, row 2, and you see here now we have 2 plus 8, 10, but I have not converted this value to the number, so I will get one error. Step into, and you can see here. So whenever you are going to store the data in a collection and you want to generate this collection fields on runtime, you should always take care of that. If you are taking number, so you have to convert text to number, because Blue Prism these data will automatically take as a text only. Now the second thing I can tell you here there is no need to take create instance to read the data and store in a collection. If you delete also, you can run your workbook. You can run this one. I have deleted this one and I'm going to link this. Now this handle is not required. Now in the open workbook you can delete this part. Okay, here also you can delete, this is not required, and you can see here it has opened the workbook and we have this workbook available here. Now get worksheet as collection, and now here we have 10 rows here, and then you can perform one by one. Okay, but the best practice, always you should take create instance here. So I hope you will like this video. In the next video we'll discuss about how to write collection data to the Excel.